There we go. So, hello everybody. Okay. There we go. We are on. I was a little bit, I had to test if it was working because I'm not using Google Hangouts. I am using, whatchamacallit, my own streaming service. And hello everybody. This one small so I can see also. There we go. The channel. I was a little bit. Hello again. It's February and it is Hi Sabi, and it is the month where we have all kinds of cards because it's Valentine's Day. I was a little bit kill you with hearts. I have to test. Hello hi Robbie. No, I'm just I'm not using Google. I'm going to be a little. I was a little bit, and that was working because I'm not. Hello, everybody. Okay. I was a little bit. I had to test it was working because I'm not using Google Hangouts. I was a little bit. I was a little bit. Hello, everybody. Okay. I was a little bit. I had to test if it was working because I'm not using Hangouts. Okay. I was a little bit. I had to test. Hello, everybody. Because I'm not using Hangouts. I was a little bit. I was a little. I had to test if it was working because I'm not. Hello, everybody. Okay. I was a little bit. I had to test. What about now? How does it sound now? Is it better? Is it better now or not? It's always whenever you're using a streaming that's not on YouTube's list. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's YouTube. So it's still doing the same thing. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it was picking up also the outgoing audio, even if everything was turned off. So I just disabled it completely. I'll have to remember. YouTube is really, really bad about sound lately. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you noticed also some of my videos, not all of them, it doesn't happen all the time. Some of my videos have even the music messed up. And that happens after YouTube processes it, because the video, when I upload it, it's fine, and once it processes it, it's messed up. I mean, I don't know, not completely messed up, but sometimes you saw, like I had a video where it got the volume super high, or the music sounds like you're listening through it, like there's a whole bunch of children playing with cymbals or something. Excellent. So, as I was saying before, you all told me that it was a mess. It is February, so we are going to do February stuff, especially Valentine's Day stuff. I'm not gonna completely assassinate you with hearts, but hopefully later today you'll see the rose hearts, this one, and it is a canes tutorial, and it's also the precursor of a couple more rose cane tutorials that I'm going to do for you, and then hopefully Monday or Tuesday you'll get the angel wings heart with the dove, but that I still didn't finish because yesterday, as I said, I had to go grocery shopping, and that kind of wipes me out for the day. Fortunately, I was good enough that I was able to do the sponsors live last evening. It's always Friday. I mean, not always. Most of the time, it's Friday at 6:30 Central Time, unless I have a doctor's appointment that day, or I'm really feeling crappy, and that then it's delayed till the next day, till Saturday. And we did Moroccan type tile cane. I don't know if you can see it. And we are going to do some faux ceramic next week. Because if you, in case you didn't see, you never read what my sponsors get on my website, and I actually have to update with the the last couple months sponsor rewards. So they don't only get one tutorial a month, but at least I always promise 2 live broadcasts on Friday evenings, but most of the time I do it every week. And what was I going to say? So I'm going to try and finish these hearts. Tomorrow we are going to do a mother and child. Hi, Frandl. A mother and child pendant, heart pendant, and it's going to be dedicated. And I'm going to talk about this whole thing to start with. As I said last month, I had the beginning of the year for me was very stressful. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining because it's definitely not as bad as for the people who had to go through. I mean, you know that I found my neighbor dead in his house on the 1st of January. And then one of my sponsors, who was a breast cancer survivor sister, only that she was stage 4. I don't have Patreon. I do my own sponsorship, Sabine, my own program. I actually did a video tutorial on how to do that. I don't do Patreon at all because I don't see the reason why I should pay them any kind of commission when I know how to do the whole thing. And as I said, I showed to other people too. Good morning, Tina. So as I was saying, one of my sponsors, and she was stage 4, and she's been stage 4 for a while. Unfortunately, the treatments didn't stopped working for her, and she passed away in January. Hi, Catherine. So she was very loved by her family. She was a mother and a grandmother. So in her memory, I'm going to do the pendant, the heart pendant, tomorrow for any mothers, And then the other thing, another one of my subscribers and sponsors that has been with me pretty much since I started the whole sponsorship thing back in 2017. And we developed a friendship over the miles. We frequently Skyped and all that. Deborah Rice, you probably, some of you know her. You've seen her commenting and coming in chats and everything. She was diagnosed with the most severe form of glioblastoma. If you don't know what glioblastoma is, it's the most severe form of brain cancer. But even so, it is of several kinds. Unfortunately, hers is the most severe with the IDH wild. Um, she is starting, she had surgery. They removed, uh, she had a tumor the size of a golf ball, so you can imagine that that was pressing on her brain and was causing all kinds of issues. And unfortunately, the MRI that she had last week showed that not only because they can never remove the whole tumor with glioblastoma. It's got fingers that, you know, start going throughout the brain, but also she's got a new that was on the left side and on the right side, and she's got a new tumor growing now on the left side too. That's already 3 centimeters. And she's going to start treatment, as I said, Monday. She's going to have radiation and chemo, and hopefully it will slow down the progression, because without treatment, her life prognosis is 5 to 6 months. Um, and the treatment might extend it by a few months, but the thing is that if her body can withstand the treatment, so I guess we'll see. And she is a low income elderly lady, and what I thought, because she's going to be in a house special that the hospital where she's going to have the treatment has set for people going through cancer treatment. It's almost like a little hotel. Um, but I was thinking to actually start a small, I would give her way more, but you know that I don't have a lot myself. But I was thinking to start a small donation so she could get, at least like one of those little fire kindles and whatever else other small needs she might have to make her treatment and her going through all this a little bit easier. I know I talked to her last evening, and I kind of explained to her how to try and do that donation button on her PayPal account. But she did not send me the code, so I don't think that she was able to, because you have to think about something. When a brain tumor is removed, it's not like it's a growth on the brain and then you take it out and the brain is fine. No, it's actually part of the brain that went bad. And if they remove the tumor, they remove part of the brain. So a lot of the cognitive functions and everything else is affected. But I know that her daughter is going to get there today to be with her, and I'm going to ask her daughter to help me to do a donation button that would go directly into her PayPal account. And as soon as that is done, I will make a page on my blog with the donation button, and I will post a link in the video description underneath for if people want to chip a few dollars to help with, her getting whatever time she has left to spend it a little bit more comfortable and more, because she cannot do much. She has to rest as much as she can. Um, to take her laptop with her, it's very heavy and it's very bulky to handle. So one of those like 8-inch Kindles would be perfect. She would still be able to read some stuff and watch YouTube videos. Of course, she cannot craft anymore. Um, you know, it's so frustrating sometimes, because you would want to do so much and you can't. I mean, I'm trying to do the best I can. The thing is, as I said, is I cannot do a lot. I was fortunate to be able to help her a few times because, like, one time, because before that, before she was diagnosed, um, and I will post her story in her own words on my blog. Um, yeah, I know, Catherine. I know that she reached out to you too. I know you've been talking a little bit lately. Um, but she was, it started pretty much after Thanksgiving, and she kept falling almost daily and unable to get up. And, with my former medical experience, that was my fear, that she has a brain tumor. And sure enough, at the end of December, she was diagnosed with it. And I was, so happy that at least, because she couldn't get up. She would fall and then she couldn't get up. At one time when I Skyped with her, she had fallen and couldn't get up, and I was able to sit there with her and find somebody to call 911 for her because she couldn't reach her phone. And I was able to be there on Skype with her until the EMTs arrived. So, no, I don't do this to be wonderful. It's just so hurting, when you see, because she's such a wonderful person, and she's got such a wonderful heart. And to see them being taken away so soon. Yeah, you'd say it's an elderly lady, she lived her life, but no, no, there's no life that's not precious, So, um, as I said, later today, I don't know when her daughter will get there. I know that she wasn't supposed to get there until Monday, but she's coming all the way from Las Vegas to Oregon, and she hurried up because there was a forecast of snowing in the mountains. And as I said, even if you can contribute just with $2 or $3, it will still be good. And my hope is that she can go through the treatment, because without the side effects being too severe for her to be able to continue the treatment, because that would extend her life by, she might have the chance to live anywhere between 12 to 15 months if the treatment is good. And there have always been miracles. I mean, even if it's such an unforgiving cancer, there are some people who lived 2 years or 3 years, up to 5 years. Uh, the percentage is very small, but we have to believe in miracles. We have to believe in miracles. That's good evening, Dodo. Yeah, I hope she feels better soon. She's been feeling much better. She's a trooper. And I said one of these days when we chat, I want to do a Google Hangout so I can tape her, so I can have her later, you know, to still talk to her after she's gone. Yeah, well, then you can go F yourself, Cosmic Kitty. Happy? I had stupid trolls. So, if you cannot see the message that Cosmic Kitty has posted, was that I will not give anything because I don't care. Well, I don't care about you either. How about that? Yeah, and as I said, there are miracles. You never know. And I've been hoping when she was waiting for her pathology, I was hoping that it would come back, because there's a certain type of the glioblastoma, the IDH mutation, that gives a longer survival. But unfortunately, she did not have that. She has the worst part. Um, so Yeah, as I said, I don't know when her daughter will get there, but as soon as she gets there and I can get in contact with her and we can Skype so I can get her through the, you know, help her to get the code from her, I will make a post on my blog exactly with this and with the donation button, and then you can, I'll put the link in the video description. And if you want to help, it would be wonderful. Um, I will be sending her. I'm still all caught up with sending packages. As I said, it's like I don't know when the day goes by, and then in the evening I'm like, oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But I thought I still had my wig from when I had chemo, but then I forgot that I gave it to another friend who had breast cancer and was going to get treatment. But anyway, I still have some nice silk wrap I'm going to send her. And she said that the center itself has a wig store with some of the wigs being either very cheap or for free for cancer patients with a low income. But as I said, she is retired, she's on a low income, she's on Medicare and Medicaid, so there's not a lot there. And you know, there are the little comforts that could make her life so much better, even if, as I said, she needs to rest a lot. Obviously, she won't be able to craft anything, but at least that's my thing. You know, if she would have a tablet, she could read, she could watch YouTube videos because the center has a Wi-Fi for the patients. So, yeah. And now you see why I said that January was a very, very sucky month for me. Not, and again, not as bad as for the people who were involved, but it was just one thing after another. And everybody being such, I mean, all these three people being such wonderful people. Um, anyway, so getting back to my work for February, um, now as I said, I seem to get more and more tired. And I told you from the beginning, from when I started the channel, that I will keep doing it for as much as I can. But you can see that I'm just getting more and more tired, so it's harder and harder. Yeah, it would be. That is true. That is true, Sabine. Hi, Sonia. Um, but I'll still keep up. Now, what I have in plan, I got the Cernit Metallics, and I also got some Cernit Translucent. And thank you very much for the lady who bought it for me from Amazon, from my wish list. And I'm going to do a few of the four gemstones I did in the past. I will do them also with a combination with, you know, like the Cernit and the Pardo version. And then once Valentine's Day passes, it's going to be a lot of flowers because the spring is coming. And I promised you that we'll go back to Pardo. So we'll do a lot of flowers and other things. Other things that I didn't get around to do, but I am doing my best to get to them, is the tutorial on how to use a rock tumbler for sanding and polishing beads. Um, then I got, the problem is that I have no idea where I put it. I got something for sanding and it works great, only that I glued something to it and I put it to sit overnight for the glue to harden. and I forgot where I put it. But I am trying to, because I have to clean the house also the first of the month, and I have to clean my table and my machine and everything. So hopefully I should find it today. But that should be a game changer for sanding. And no, it's not what I had shown you before. That thing didn't work very good, but this one does, and it works beautifully. It's about 1/3 of the cost of Polyfast, and oh, don't worry. I will say if you don't have Cerniton or Pardo, I will be able to give you the recipes of regular Premo or Fimo. But I managed to get some also some Fimo professional for canes, just because I had a lot of requests. I always show Premo or Soufflé and sometimes Pardo, but some of us prefer Cernit, some of us prefer Fimo. Um, and okay, let's hide another troll. So yeah, no worries. I will give the recipes for Premo if you don't have Cernit or Pardo. But the thing is that, as I said before, especially when it comes to flowers, you cannot obtain the same results using Premo. If you remember, I did the which clay to pick video for beginners. And there I explained exactly why some clays are better for some techniques than others. Because, for example, if you want to do a mokumegane, Fimo Professional is not good because it's too firm. Pardo is not good because it's too firm. Because what happens when you do a mokumegane, you have the, let me find a piece of paper. That's this. So you have the layers like this. And when you have a firm clay and you poke in it to do a deformation, it will deform in that spot and not go far from that spot. But when you have a softer clay like Premo or Cernit or Soufflé, then when you poke, it's going to pull the clay all around, so your deformation will be much wider and you're getting a much prettier design of your mokumegane. Um, on the other hand, yeah, and Primo is the most affordable, and that's why I do most of my tutorials with Primo. And you'll know I get it from Trish from PolyClay Play, and she's got awesome prices that generally beat my local clay store. But and also the other fact is that I cannot easily drive myself, especially because Hobby Lobby used to be very close to me, and I can drive myself if it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes drive, not longer, and if I don't have to be for too long in the store, because if I want to drive, I cannot take pain medication. I know that there are people who take pain medication and drive, but I don't want to do that. So I need to wait until my pill wears off and then drive and, be in pain. But the thing is that if I try to drive for longer than 10, 15 minutes, because of the position you're at the wheel, all the muscles on my back start spasming and burning, and I'm getting in so much pain that I don't. Um, they break. Well, see, even with Primo, they shouldn't break. I mean, if your Primo is well conditioned, and to give you a tip, if you want to go very thin on Primo, and you want it to be flexible, especially for flowers, and that's also generally speaking for flowers, because you know how the flower petals, they are quite transparent, but um, I'll get there in a minute. Um, but the best thing is to mix a little bit of translucent in whatever you're using. The translucent is a little bit more sturdy and flexible at the same time. And I have no idea where it is. I think it's in one of my boxes with the stuff for the store. But if you've ever seen my bird of paradise necklace, that one has petals that are this long, and they are less than 1 millimeter thick. And let me actually try and find it. Give me just a second. And they are purely flexible, but they stand, I mean, they don't break, they don't anything. So you might want to try doing that, Catherine. Give me just a minute. See if I can find it. I might have it only on the laptop, not on the... Not on the big computer. No, I don't have it on this one. Unfortunately, I only have the photos on the laptop. Yeah, they are on my website. If you look at the top of the website, there are some photos that keep changing, and one of them is the bird of paradise necklace. Oh, let me see if I put it in the store, but I'm not sure if I did get around to it, because that's another thing. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to put in the store, but I need to get around to take the photos. It's actually the photo of the category itself. So if you look at my store page, you'll see the photo is in the wearable art category, is the category photo. I also have I have purchased them. They've been there for a while. I just didn't get around to get with them. Stuff to do at least a couple journal covers. And the idea is to make a fairy one and to make a dragon one. And I'm telling you, I don't lack ideas. What I lack is the energy to put them in practice. Then, as you saw, I posted a short thing just to keep you updated. I'm working on some for Amolite and for more full fire opals, and especially if you follow me on Facebook, I post more often there. You'll see what my results are to be with. But except for that, except for those two, I don't think I'm going to make any other for gemstone this month. It will be mostly focused on the coming of spring. And yes, we will do some canes, hopefully. More than just the rose canes for the heart. But as I said, there will be two separate tutorials more about rose canes, because I think that I found a way to make that realistic rose cane much easier to make for beginners if they want to do the beginners. That is wonderful, Catherine. That is really, really good. So, that would be it for February. Generally speaking, it's the month of cabin fever for most people because the holidays are far away behind us and the spring is not yet here. So people usually get bored. I'm going to try and do some stuff so we don't get bored. Oh, another heart pendant that I want to make a tutorial of is with using any kind of flower canes you might have, and I'm sure you'll like it. I'm sure you will like it because it's really, really neat, and it makes beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pendants, heart pendants. And if you want, earrings and other things. But as I said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to, and not only at the beginning of the year, but when I did the 10,000 subscribers thing, I'm going to try and keep um, a little bit like for beginner intermediate. I'm going to try to make like at least half of my public tutorials beginner intermediate, and then some advanced, and the least of them will be the master class, because as I said so many times, I didn't make this channel to put myself on a pedestal and to let you watch me. Oh, look what awesome stuff I can do. The channel is to be able to share my knowledge so more people can learn how to work with this wonderful medium that is polymer clay. I didn't get around to do resin yet. I am getting there. Just, keep your fingers crossed that my fatigue doesn't get. And this came off. Yeah, it did. That my fatigue level gets down. The thing is that I'm finally seeing an endocrinologist at the end of February, so hopefully they'll figure out and help me, because apparently finally my thyroid is dying after 9 years of having the radioactive iodine ablation. So I dipped into hypothyroid, and it's really bad because I'm cold all the time. I'm even more tired all the time, and I barely eat anything, and I'm putting on weight. So I'm not happy. I didn't need that, uh, you know. But on the other hand, I cannot complain because I have around me people who love me. My sponsors ladies are absolutely wonderful. Hi, Deborah. Um, my pets are doing fine. Whisper is still alive and kicking. I mean, remember, back in October 2017, he was supposed to live only 2 months. And it's already February 2019. So he really is doing good. He's going to be 12 in August. And I cannot believe that the kitties are getting older, because they were born in end of summer, beginning of fall 2013. So they are going to be 6 years old. I cannot believe that. It's they are still my babies. They are still so sweet. Uh, but yeah, and don't forget that whenever you need to ask me something, just go on Facebook and message me on the Kalyana Facebook page. Don't be taken aback by the fact that I'm going to say, I'm not here right now. I will answer to you as soon as I can, because I have an automatic reply there. But be assured that whenever I get around, because I might be sleeping, I might be working on something, and Facebook notifies me about messages on my personal profile, but it doesn't ding when I have a message on the Kalyana Facebook page. But rest assured that whenever I get and read that I have messages on the Kalyana Facebook page, I will go in and answer. Just keep in mind that I usually go to bed early, because by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, you know, and I wake up very early. I wake up normally between 4 and 5 a.m. If I sleep till 6, it's like, oh my God, I was so tired. So if you message me after 8 o'clock in the evening Central Time, chances are that I might not answer to you, to your question, until next morning. But otherwise, I will be answering you whenever I get around to read that I do actually have messages in the inbox on the Kalyana page. So this is it. I'm sorry I wasn't more cheerful, but this is life, you know. We can only do what we can do. And as I said, I don't know when Deborah's daughter will be there today, but as soon as I get hold of her and we are able to go through, you know, creating that button, I will make the Facebook, the blog post, and I will put the link in the video description. So that people can help. And I will remind you all tomorrow during the live. Remember, tomorrow the live with making the mother and child pendant will be for dedicated to Laura Hewitt, and I will actually change the name of the live. And we will make, I'll probably do a full rhodochrosite because that looks really pretty. But we'll do a mother and child, I told you. So that is it. This one, it's the tutorial is on YouTube. It's a faux fabric necklace. Actually, let me get you the link to the tutorial. Give me just a minute. I used the whatchamacallit, the cane that I used for the coleus leaf, only with the colors changed. So okay, I'm going to finish what stuff I have to go do around the house, and then I'll get to work to finish tutorials. I still have to do a few more tutorials for my tier 3 sponsors. And let me do the spiel real quick in the end. If you want more, you can become my sponsor. And there are 4 different tiers. For tier 0, you get to watch one of my live broadcasts for sponsors only on the last Friday of every month. For the tier 1 sponsors, you have access to all my live broadcasts and the ones in the past. For the tier 2 sponsors, you get access to all of the above, plus access to a free tutorial a month from the ones that will be up to $15 in the store. And for the tier 3, all of the above plus one that will be over $15 in the store. And thank you. And yeah, you can always help me to get my materials and everything by simply using my PolyClay Play affiliate link, or getting, hi Donna, hi Leah, I'm sorry, or getting stuff from my Amazon influencer store, or getting me stuff from my wish list on Amazon. And don't forget to, if you're for the first time on my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends. Thank you and have a great weekend, everybody.